Hello guys and welcome back to Hearthstone with me, Hollow. We are having a look at Naxxramas once more. So, I got some feedback last time. So if you actually look at my first sort of wave of Naxxramas, Naxxramas Begins, it's my first reactions to the free bosses that were released in normal mode, and then after that I released a video about a day later doing the HC version of Naxxramas. And then the following week I didn't actually show you guys the normal version or my original reactions to the bosses, and some of you were, leaving some feedback saying that you really wanted to see my actual first reactions to the bosses. You loved the HC video, you enjoyed the video, you liked the way I did it, but you do want to see my original reactions to the bosses. So this time, that's what I'm going to do. Let me know if you want to keep seeing this or you just want to see the HC versions, because I understand that, this is hopefully not going to be too hard, and you may have seen this a few times, and it's only worth watching if it's in HC mode, so it's hard for me to know. So if you could leave some feedback on this topic, whether you want to see first reactions or just HC, or both, then let me know. But otherwise, welcome to Naxxramas, and we have just unlocked the military quarter. Here are the rewards. We have the dancing swords, a free mana 4/4. It's not actually that good, not that valuable, to be honest with you. Free mana 4/4, kind of good and all, but it gives them a card. Maybe works in zoo and aggro decks and people who just play decks that attack the face and ignore everything else every turn. But otherwise, it's just not that good of a card in many decks, so unsure about that. The 5 mana Spectral Knight is a 4/6 that is essentially like the Fairy Dragon, and cannot be targeted by any spell. Insanely good, really good. We needed more 5-drops, solid 5-drops, and this is just one of them. Like Lotheb, really powerful. Not sure what kind of decks it's going to go in, to be honest with you, because it could fit into a lot and it couldn't fit into a lot at the same time. It's just a solid, strong card, a very good neutral. Then we have the Death Lord, by far one of the strongest cards in Naxxramas to be unleashed, and it's finally here. The Death Lord has a taunt, has a death rattle. It costs 3 mana, has 2 damage, and 8 health. That is insane for 3 mana. The drawback is when it dies, your opponent puts a minion from their deck into the battlefield. So, against Zoo, for example, it is horrible for them to fight. They have to fight this horrifically strong taunt at 3 mana. You could coin that out on turn 2, and that completely counters a Zoo. He's too slow now, he's got to deal with this guy. And also, when the Deathlord dies, it's going to give him a cheap, shitty minion if they're unlucky, which is like 90% of their deck is a cheap shitty minion that synergizes well with other things, usually because of its battle cry, and if they're not getting their battle cry when it spawns and it's cheap and weak, it's not that good. Whereas playing this against a deck that has just strong minions is a scary thing itself. You could silence it, I suppose, but then it loses its taunt, so it's something to think about, but definitely one of the strongest cards based solely on its stats. And finally, the new legendary Baron Rivendare. Your minions trigger their death rattles twice, a 4 mana 1/7, a Mogushan Warden except without taunt, and your minions trigger the death rattle twice. This card right here is the reason death rattle decks are gonna exist, and I'm kind of very excited for it. We're gonna see a lot of change over the next week, and that card right there alone is gonna be a big trigger for that, and I'm very excited. So with the Arachnid Quarter, when we opened it up, it was like spiders skittering across. With the Plague Quarter, it was this miasma of ooze and gross fog, and this time I think it'll be a bunch of potentially swords that are just dancing, like haunted ones, like the dancing sword itself. It's a Death Knight ability, if you don't know, in the actual World of Warcraft game. Dancing around swords, that's my guess. Bunch of swords flapping around everywhere, and just flying and shit. Here we go. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh no, oh man, I was totally wrong. Looked amazing, sure, but it wasn't swords, man. It wasn't swords. Where were the swords? So our first boss of the quarter.
Ignore the mind control stones next to Resuvius.
Resuvius! I met one of my best friends playing against this boss. She basically was playing a priest, and one of the main roles for a priest in this raid was this boss himself. There was 2 sort of minions by his side with a ridiculous amount of damage and health, and you would have to get a priest to use mind control on them and then have them tank the boss, and she was one of these people who had to do that and was very nervous about it, and that's how I got to know her, and she's just one of my very good friends. Apparently I get to do it again. So what's the hero power? On balancing strike, deal 3 damage. Pretty good. It's like a fireball, or it's like the ultimate version of Shadow Form, right? When you use Shadow Form twice. Okay. Is it deal 3 damage to the enemy hero, or deal 3 damage like a fireball? I think it's like a fireball, and for 2 mana, 3 damage, it's pretty strong. Someone must train the Death Knights brought to life in Naxxramas, and who better than Resuvius? Fair enough, fair enough. Now, basically that kills anything with low health, so I think what I'm going to do is go with things that should be able to survive it. Could go with Control Warrior. I don't want to go with things that will just die, basically. I mean, Hunter's not that bad. We're going to try the Rotten Sludge deck. We'll just start with this. This should be interesting.
Garrosh versus Instructor Resuvius.
Alright, I have a You're right. You know, that's actually what he says. That's what he says. When you start the fight in the actual real raid in World of Warcraft, he says you should have stayed home. I like that touch. I do. It's very quiet. Like, okay, there we go. I had something turned down. What is this? Mind Control Crystal. Activate the crystal to control one of the understudies. So these are the 2 guys that you used Mind Control on. They're back. And you get a special card called the Mind Control Crystal. Should I use it on turn 1? 0-7 taunts. Quite strong. He's got 40 health. Yeah, he had loads of health. Alright, so we're going to start with a Mind Control Crystal. Oh!
No! My students! Give them back!
Oh, that's so cool! So this is the Mind Control Crystal. I didn't know. It's got like souls in it. Oh, that's so good. Alright, so we've taken both of them. And we just keep them. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buff one of them up. And then start hitting him. That's actually quite loud. Should probably turn it down a little bit. There we go, that'll be bad. You just use Cleave. Understandable. Ooh, what should we use? Shield Block would be good. Armorsmith as well. I say we get Armorsmith because we have 2 taunts. And then we'll be able to gain a lot of health. A lot of armor, even. The Necro Knight. I wonder if he's using a lot of death rattles. Probably want to get rid of it before he can do that. So this is 4 damage. It's not really that good, to be honest. I want a Fiery War Axe, to be honest, as well. Don't want to do that because it'll just die. I can kill it, but is it worth it? Sorry to see that you don't have enough gold for an axe. I have more than enough. I've been saving. Alright. I suppose I could 2 slam and hit that, and then this would survive. It's just quite expensive to kill that, but... Do I value the Armorsmith more than a second slam and this guy? No, I actually value this guy quite a lot, so... I'm gonna get some Armorsmith action in there. Keep the taunts alive. I feel like they're actually going to be really important to stay alive. I'm quite glad I went with the Abusive Sergeant style deck. Massive Rune Blade. Oh, that looks cool. 3 mana for a 5/2. Deals double damage to heroes. Fucking hell. That is exactly why you have these taunts. Taunts are going to be crucial against the heroic version of this, I think. Right. Oh, there's not much I can do. I better just draw. Shield Slam, okay. I'm actually going to go for the face here just because I have a second Fiery War Axe and it's going to be important for me to do the damage. That's a good card for him. That is so good. Right, I have to deal with this now. So I can just Shield Slam it, that's good. And then I can Loatheb. Yes. Loatheb and kill that with Shield Slam. Going well, guys. Going well. God, double damage though. Alright, he's trying it again. I need another slam or something. Okay. Let's slam it down to 4. And then trade there. That can do the job. Gorehowl. It's a shame this doesn't do 4 damage. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get another taunt up, because as I just said, it's kind of crucial that we need these taunts. Sludge Belcher is probably going to be an amazing card against this guy, although he has obviously run a Black Knight for this reason. There we go. So the 5-1 into that's okay. Grom's not good here. I want to wait to activate him first. I could just Gorehal kill that and keep going, and that might be better. But the other choice is to Khan and Fiery War Axe and then just go face. Yeah, I kind of like that more. This kind of... it's harder to deal with Khan than most of the other cards in the game. He's just an amazing, strong card. Works really well in like any control. The fucking massive room. It looks so good. It looks so good. I wonder if that's going to be a card for Death Knights. There's no way. It'd be too strong. One of the new cards that we're actually going to get ourselves, the Spectral Knight. Interesting stuff. Ragnaros. Alright. Let's Ragnaros. Either one it hits, I'm happy with. He's going to be finally able to hit me in the face, but the thing is, he's on 2 health. So, made the right call. Oh, he finally used his hero ability.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
So he's going to take down Ragnaros. At which point, if he doesn't have a way to deal with Khan, we win. 10 damage with a weapon. Oh, that's crazy. And we did it, guys. First attempt. Done and dusted. Awesome. That was really cool. And we get the dancing swords.
Death Knight now. I can't do it myself. I'm super busy.
Here's a question for you. Who do you think the Death Knight hero is going to be? Do you think it's going to be Arthas? Because he wasn't the first Death Knight. And obviously he's a well-known Death Knight, but I'm thinking there are other people who could be. You know, there's the one who fights back against Arthas and trains Death Knights to work and live for themselves. He's kind of a crucial character, but I can't remember his name. So maybe leave a comment with who you think the Death Knight class hero will actually be. Alright, next up we have the powerful, the wonderful.
Look, if you give up now, I will tell Gothic not to turn you into a disembodied soul.
Now, Gothic was a really awesome fight, and one of the most important fights to me as the time that I was doing this. If you don't know, I was doing the raid Naxxramas originally as a Death Knight tank. I was the main tank. I started out as the off tank, and I eventually became the main tank, then raid leader, and all that jazz. But I worked my way up, guys. I worked my way up. But he was the most crucial thing to me because he had an amazing tanking weapon. I can't remember the name of it. It was like a rune blade or something. But if you've seen the episode about World of Warcraft, the South Park episode, the Sword of Truth, it's actually the same model as that, and it looked like an amazing sword for a Death Knight. It had like this it had like this skull on it and like jagged. It was the closest thing we had to Frostmourne at the time, basically, and I was excited about that fact, and I wanted that sword. I ended up dual wielding them and tanking as Frost just because I could dual wield them on my back, and they made like an X symbol, and Gothic here dropped that very sword. So, with Gothic's guidance, even the weakest Death Knights can raise the dead. So he taught the Death Knights how to manipulate the dead and necromance, really. What's his hero power? Harvest. Draw a card. Wow. So it's essentially the Warlock ability without the drawback of taking damage. Cost 2 mana, no health draw. Okay, so he's going to fill his hand. What kicks ass against a fill his hand deck? Actually, Shockadin? Shockadin does? Should I make a Shockadin deck? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to lose one of these. I'm going to lose the later game version of Control Warrior. I can make it later. Alright, we'll look at the cards when we're done in one row. So who is it? It was the Paladin, and then we're going to go with Shockadin. So, in Shockadin, you want Blessing of Mights for sure. You definitely need that. Noble Sacrifice is one that I ran before, but I don't think it's going to be important in this. Argent Protectors will be probably really strong. Equalities can remove, you know, trade things where I need to. What else do we need? The Divine Favor is going to be crucial. You're going to be great. Sword of Justice is okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to run it, though. It kind of, like, works, but a bit slow. Alright, 2 Wolf Riders. What can I take out? Oh, they're just so reliable, you know? Let's get rid of an Elven Archer. And where are the arcane golems? Arcane golems. Arcane golems. I'm looking for arcane golems. Have I gone past them? I did. Alright, so I can run 1. Don't know if I'll run 2. We'll just try the deck how it is. So we've sort of drafted a strange Shockadin there just to go against him. Because a Shockadin empties his hand and then uses Divine Favor to fill his hand. If the opponent is filling his hand like a control warrior or, I don't know, obviously handlock, you know, Frost Mage works really well against them. This works just like that. Alright, so, no, that's the real deck. We want the one that we've made just for this. Alright, Gothic.
Never truly die.
Shit, man.
Fight with honor.
It's a good thing I'll fight with honor. Well, all of these suck. Consecrating Equality wants to come later, although, to be honest, I don't know if I even want them, because I don't know what cards he runs. Peacekeeper's a bit slow, I know it is, it doesn't really go into a Shockadin deck, but they're just such a strong card, it was painfully hard not to do it. And we got the Worgen Infiltrator, very good turn 1 card.
If you like, their souls will pay you a visit.
That is awesome for me. I can trade really well here. Summon a Spectral Trainee for your opponent. Right, that's kind of crazy. So you trade, right, you kill it, and then you get the exact same card back. But the thing is, I have a really good follow-up turn. So we trade, we get a... Oh, that's so cool. Oh, wait, what? At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. I thought I was going to get the same card back. No. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. Fuck, I need that to die. That's just going to wreck me over and over. That was a mistake. I was going to Argent Protector this card, but it turns out that is exactly the opposite of what I wanted. He looks like Arthas a little bit. Ow, the animation for that's amazing. Right, what is that? A 3/4, summon a Spectral Warrior for your opponent. Right. Oh, I remember there was a living side and a dead side. There was 2 walls, and the dead side was harder, I believe. So I want to keep killing these and using ghosts that he gives me. Okay. I think a good play here is to just lower that, nerf that guy, and ignore it for now. All about Shockadin is to just go face, really. And I definitely haven't been doing that. Learning what this guy does, foolishly. If only that was... Alright, we do have 1 Divine Favor. Do I really want to equal it here? Sure, because it puts it down 1 health. Screw it. We're learning, we're going to make dumb choices. This dies now because of this, though. And then I get a 0/4 back. What does it do? At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to the... Okay, so... Note to self. All of the ghosts suck. You do not want them. Fuck. You know, a deck might work really well with like a deck that buffs up minions that have 0 damage. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I'm going to take a lot of damage here. Alright, let's do this. That's where it survives. I get a wonderful ghost that, if I had Arguses, I could buff them up and they could do work. Yeah, I think that's definitely what I should do. Right, so I want to empty my hand, so I will play this in a Will Hero Power. Then hopefully I'll be able to play the Arcane Golem and whatever else I draw, and then Divine Favor the following turn. Okay, shit. That's going to clear me out. But at least it does damage to these. Ow. Fuck. Alright, that's a pretty good draw here. Doesn't really matter, these are dead.
To battle.
Such a satisfying sound the Abomination makes when it dies. So he's not really been using his hero power at all. What is that? The Unrelenting Rider. Oh, this is the guy that I was talking about. The guy that I was talking about at the start. Maybe this could be the Death Knight hero. I can't remember his name for some reason. I think it's Mograine, something like that. But yeah, those are the swords I'm talking about. See the ones on the back that he's got? This guy drops those swords in the original thing. That's exciting. Summon a Spectral Rider for your opponent. Probably fucking some shitty ghost who fucks me up, so I don't want it. Let's just use 7 mana and go face. Try and empty our hands as fast as we can. It's time that we really live up to the Shockadin name and go face. Alright. Avenging Wrath could be good. If I was to get like a Blood Mage Thalnos top deck, that would be great. Another that he's not drawing card. Oh no, I can't even Divine Favor well. Even though his hero power is great, he's not using it at all. I don't want any of these to die, because it's just gonna fuck me up. I want to go face, so let's just use this and go face. Hopefully it hits his face as much as possible.
For justice.
Oh, it looks so cool. Spectral Rider. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your hero. Again, guys, this is the kind of deck that I feel like what's going to be crucial, what's going to be really good, is to have... Oh, wow, he actually used it.
I am the harvester of souls.
What's going to be really good is to have a deck that can buff up minions with 0 attack in this. Probably going to happen in Heroic. Alright, so we want to draw 2 cards here, so let's do that. Maybe some kill things. Oh, damn. Too expensive. Alright, let's empty the hand. Go face as much as we can. He's actually now in kill shot with the Avenging Wrath, but the chances are low. Damn you with your spell power. You're not using it anyway, I guess. Alright, that buffs up damage a little bit. That's cool. Drain life. Fuck, he's healing. Such a good card. Alright, he's really low. We just need a bit more. Kind of feeling bad about not drafting Leroy here. Oh, and he goddamn traded. Ow. We might be dead here. Ooh. I mean, there's a potential for me to kill him. This is how much damage? It's 2, 5 damage. I'm definitely going to make this play. And we win. That was close. It was close. Hey, Ghosty Boy, do something. Instead of hitting me. Yeah, alright. So, I think Shockadin's not going to work against the Heroic version. I think what you're going to be looking for is...
Gothic, come back as spectral Gothic. Come on!
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. But yeah, guys, seriously though, I think Shockadin's not going to be that great against him in the Heroic mode. I think what you're looking for is ways to buff up the things with 0 damage. Maybe silences and then buffs or something. I'm not sure, but I think that's what I'm going to try and do in the Heroic mode. And the Spectral Knight, we have unlocked the very fucking powerful card. I'm interested in seeing who's going to run this, what kind of decks it'll work in, and maybe drafting it myself and doing some testing. Definitely not going to work in aggro though, I don't think. Alright. Next up, we have the final boss.
The 4 horsemen are my most powerful death knights. I'm looking forward to this.
There he is himself, Baron Rivendell. Now, if you don't know, there was 4 corners in a gigantic room. In each corner was a horseman. They each had a different ability. One summoned meteors, for example, and you had to dodge these abilities or deal with them. As each horseman would die, the remaining 3, or the remaining 2 or remaining 1, would then get stronger. So you'd have to kill them in quick succession, and it was like splitting your raid into 4 segments to deal with each boss themselves, and it was really original and really fun, and I was really impressed by that. And I was talking about this with Rage recently, this boss fight, and bringing up memories and doing it, and man, Naxxramas, honestly, I feel I never thought about it at the time, but I feel it was a great raid, and it's brought back a lot of memories for me playing this sort of adventure mode, and I'm very happy about it. Anyway, so let's play against the 4 horsemen. What is his hero power? Unholy Shadow, draw 2 cards. For 5 mana though, that's the thing, it's very expensive. I don't think it's going to be that relevant. The most powerful Death Knights are in Naxxramas. The most powerful Death Knights in Naxxramas are the pinnacle of Kel'Thuzad's Guard. So, I'm kind of excited about this. Are we going to see multiple of them, or are we going to just go against Baron Rivendell? I'm not sure what to use against that hero power. I think I want to end it quickly, so I'm going to go with the Hunter deck. I'll go with the one that I've been messing around with. Versus the 4 horsemen. Wow.
We shall grind your bones to dust. Let the hunt begin.
This is so cool. Okay, so it turns out I am against the 4 horsemen, except I'm against the hero Baron Rivendell, and I'm not actually against him. I think it's going to work like Cho. You can't attack him until you kill his... Yeah, okay, right. So we want to keep Unleash the Hounds because there's 3 things on the board already. If we can get a buzzard, that will be insane. Alright, so yeah, look. Oh, he's only got 7. Ah, right. So...
Invader, turn away while you still can.
Come, Zeliek. Let us have our fun.
Enough prattling. Let them come. Bring it on, you sniveling oaf.
Oh my god, that's amazing! That's so cool! That's exactly what they said when you enter the room the first time. Like, not when you aggro them, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it might be when you aggro them, but I swear they say that like when they're idle. So it turns out he only has 7 health, but the thing is, you can't attack him until you kill the rest. I see now. So what I'm going to need is Hunter's Marks and a Buzzard. Unleash the Hound with Buzzard is going to be crucial to beating them here. Wordspin is obviously going to be the first play. This guy doesn't want to fight you. This guy is an angry dwarf who's tough as hell. She's kind of sinister, Lady Blamux. God. Yeah, they all have like a thing that says your hero's immune. And he runs secrets. Okay. Right. I guess I should draw a card here. And increasing the damage that it does is never bad. But I think I should just play a Haunted Creeper and draw. And I'll draw first. So, it doesn't really matter which one we kill first. So I'll kill Sir Seelick last because I like him. I don't remember the order you're supposed to do it in. I think the dwarf was one of the first ones to die though. Oh my god! Emperor Crowborough against these guys. And Manixia as well, because when you touch them, they die. So those cards are going to be crucial in the heroic mode. Manixia and the Emperor Cobras, because they just kill what they touch. Right. Okay, cool. We are definitely playing this. And we'll just hit this. Okay. So we have a good turn next turn with the Houndmaster. Shadowbolt's good. Oh, Shadowbolt on that as well. Alright, so if we don't manage it, I'm definitely putting more of those in. But I think we'll be okay. We just have to draw a Buzzard. Deadly Shot. Hell yeah. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on just one of them. Just over and over and over. Until he's dead. And then Deadly Shot. I'm going to try and save the Deadly Shot so I make it 100% certain that I do hit one of the horsemen. Oh, we can buff them. Fuck. Oh, he's got Soulfire as well. That would have been great there as well. Fuck. Alright, he's hurt them all as well. That was smart of him. I need a Buzzard, man. Kill Command's good. Kill Command's really good. Kill Command can kill this. That's one down. And it was the one that I was going to leave till last. Oh, shit! Redemption! Oh my god, that's so good as a secret. I think he's not going to use any minions. Runeblade has +3 attack if other horsemen are dead. Right, so he gets stronger the more horsemen that die. Exactly how I explained it. Right, so we need to kill this first. I think we... Yeah, I got it. I got a plan, guys. So we've killed all the horsemen and he's finally killable. But that weapon is getting quite tough now. Alright, fine. Draw cards all day. I have an amazing Lotheb and Hero Power, and then Savannah Highmane something else. Cool. So Lotheb, that means he can't use any spells. He doesn't use minions because he's got the horsemen, so Lotheb's going to be fucking amazing against him in the heroic mode. Look how expensive that was to cast. Please hit it and die. Oh. Alright, I think it's going to be an Animal Companion, Hero Power, and something else. Yes, so we'll track. See if we can get kill shot. We'll go with Flare just because I might be able to get kill shot. Damn. Give me a boar and I win? Would be you, wouldn't it? May as well play it. Let's come down to the wire here. I'm quite low. Alright, so he's healed up. Up to 5. Kill command's still going to get him. Corruption's really bad. I actually have kill shot here if he doesn't do something. Oh, sweet, I beat him. And there we go, I one-shot them all. Almost, man. Almost, but my hero power is pretty tough. There we go. One shot. Death Lord.
Quarter has failed to get good help these days.
I'm drafting this into so many decks so fast. I'm going to be sort of, I don't know, practicing that kind of stuff on ladder pretty much immediately after this. I'm very excited about this card. And that is Naxxramas in a nutshell. So, let's open that chest, shall we? The military quarter of Naxxramas anyway, not the whole of Naxxramas. Here we go. Hey, Baron Rivendell. You are going to be so cool. Very excited about you. And we've unlocked the Shaman and Warlock cards. So those are the ones we're getting. Rage will be really happy to see this. And the Warlock card, I don't actually remember what the Warlock card is. Oh, the Void Caller, right. Put a random demon from your hand into battlefield. This is going to make demons really viable. And the thing is, it might make Jaraxxus viable. Think about it. It'll put Jaraxxus into play. Not to mention it's a strong 3/4. Really good card. And then obviously the Shaman one that Rage is very excited about. Reincarnate, destroy a minion, then return it to full health, back to life with full health. Really great on cards like Khan, for example. Dies, you get a Bloodhoof, and you use it on Khan, you get a Khan back and a Bloodhoof. Kind of insane value. And Rage is definitely going to try a deck like that. So I'm excited to see what he does with that. But that is the normal version of Naxxramas Military Quarter. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Please leave feedback if you enjoy seeing the normal versions of my first reactions, like you saw in this one. Or you just want to see the HC mode and you don't care about the normals and you don't care about my first reactions. Your call. Either way, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, guys.